Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we should be going to rescue Nayru. Of course, Ralph has also been running around randomly screaming her name, so it's possible that that's already been accomplished, but in the extremely unlikely event that she still needs rescuing, we'll go back Ralph up. So, while I was getting things set up, I took a look at our map in the present, and 'cause of course this is keeping track of the present and past separately, we still have this large area down here to get to eventually. And I noticed an interesting feature that if we hover over the Maku tree, hurry to Ambi's palace, like we can just look at our map to kind of see what our objective is. I don't think I'd ever noticed this before, so that's a good detail. Not sure how I feel about the Maku tree's sprite there, though. But if you recall, last time we had gotten the word that Queen Ambi had left her palace to go check on the progress of the Black Tower, which means that Nayru is all alone at the Great Palace, at Ambi's palace, and so that is why we are now heading there to confront her. Okay. Hey, don't startle me! Also heard the guard on the palace was down and came to save Nayru. If anyone is going to save her, it's me. I won't let you beat me to it. But it's no good entering from the front door. I know, there should be a hidden entrance in the palace garden. I'll sneak in through there. What? Why do I know about the hidden passage on my first trip here? Never mind, I'm coming, Nayru. Well, if not for the fact that that's pretty much what he's been doing the entire game to no effect, that would almost seem rather heroic and impressive. So I'm wondering, is this a okay, yep. This is a we can't come in without permission, but they're not going to actually stop us from doing that. They're just going to go back to their posts and hope that we blunder into them again. I think I see what's going on. There's some yeah. That's where we have to get to, but we have to move these statues out of the way, and something tells me that these switches is how we're going to do that. Now the real question will be whether, if we get caught, does it reset the switches? Oh, not sure how he didn't see me there, but glad he didn't. Hmm. Well, that doesn't look like a bad idea at all. Now, what I don't understand, does this mean that like every uh, every royal family in, well, this isn't Hyrule, but in the Zelda games is just required to have incredibly incompetent guards? That's not unique to the Hyrule royal family? Okay, so Also, is this the way that Ralph came? And if so, does this imply that Ralph has a mermaid suit as well? What's this? Some stairs that way. We're inside the palace now. And I know some of you are probably thinking that a hero should not be stealing from a palace, but as the hero of the game, any possessions within it belong to me anyway, so it's not technically stealing. Also, these guys won't kick me out, they'll just rush at me. Okay, that's good. There's stairs up. What's up here? Oh, fairies. Good. So I think I might actually have to rate these guards as rather under the Hylian guards, because the Hylian guards at least never just like ran away when facing an intruder. They actually would stop and kick you out. Maybe I'll also differentiate between the guards outside who seem to actually be doing their job. Ah, I'm amazed you have come so far. Wait. Do you mean to turn your sword on me? Ha ha ha, if you want to hurt Nayru, then go right ahead. Okay, let's see. I think before, not bad, but as long as I am in Nayru's body, you cannot harm me, which means I'm invincible. Ha ha ha. Yeah, if we hit her with mystery seeds, then we can get her out of Nayru's body. And that's why earlier she put a bounty on the mystery seeds, was to keep people from being able to have access to her weakness. Look, just pick a spot, will you? Look, I'm way over here. Just... Thank you. Oh, sure, now I'm right there and you... Can't even figure out how to fight properly. Not bad at all. Just wait until next time. What is this commotion? Hmm? Where are we? Are you truly Nayru? You seem different. You seem nice. So, she didn't seem nice before, and you were still all on board with making her like your advisor or something? That seems a little sketchy. Ha ha ha. The queen comes with impeccable timing. Well, this is an unfortunate turn of events. Huh, the body of a queen suits me just fine. Do you know what I am going to do now? Let me tell you. Meet the petrified ones. I shall catch them all. Nayru. Okay, somebody's screaming Nayru. I think we can guess who this is. Is it you? Is it really Nayru? Ralph, I'm sorry to make you worry. I'm fine now. Let us return to our own age. What are you doing? Catch them, now! And by now, I mean very slowly and gradually, giving them plenty of time to enact an escape. Thank you. You've safely pried me from Veran's grip. Now all the strange things that happened in the land should return to normal. Okay. Getting to see all the bad stuff undone. At least for now. We still have Veran in the past, which doesn't sound good. But Veran's still in the past, right? If she is, then can't she still create an Age of Darkness that would continue to the present? Sorry, I was the one running around while you did the saving. Yeah, I'd kind of figured that out, funnily enough. But know this, I'll be the one to stop Veran. I won't leave the people of the past to her evil deeds. Forgetting about Veran now would be foolish. If we do, she'll just come for Nayru again. Ralph, just like you said, I'll help in what little way I can. You have the Harp of Ages. I want you to keep it for now. I'm sure it will continue to aid you. Now let me teach you the last tune which will unlock the true power of the Harp of Ages. Why does my harp playing sound exactly like her singing? We learned the Tune of Time. Play it to move back and forth between past and present. So essentially what this one does, this tune does the same thing as the last tune we learned that lets us go from anywhere in the past to the present, except it now works both ways. Choose it when you use the harp. Oh, you fool. Oh. Okay, the confused looks kind of gave it away, but prior to that, having the Meiku tree's reaction as that line came sounds like she was the one calling me a fool, which would have been a little bit out of character. As we guessed, saving Nayru was for naught. Ambi's age is filled with cries of sorrow. Veran has extended the Dark Realm's reach, giving us what we seek, echoing cries of sorrow. Spread darkness, spread sorrow. What was that? Yeah, that was pretty weird, wasn't it? I can't take this. I'm going back to Ambi's age first. May fate bring us back together. Bye. Yeah, there's little else I can do, so I'll return home for now. Stop by any time. What's going on? What does it mean if they're behind Veran's deeds? Do you know who that was? The next essence. That's weird. An essence is echoing from inside a fish. That is a little strange, isn't it? Here's... Yep, it still doesn't want to talk to me. Yep, okay. No new developments with Bippin and Blossom. And Ganon, I guess. We can see what this ring is that we found at Ambi's Palace. Gold luck ring, half damage from falls. It's might be a decent ring, but it's I think it's better to just not fall at all. So a couple things I noticed from our adventures last time. If I recall correctly, um, on Crescent Island, here, let me see if it's... It's okay. Okay. Nope, never mind. I was wondering if the cave where we got our shield was in the present, which would explain if that the shield we got could have been our own, but no, it was in the past. However, I did notice. Was thinking more about the what was it, the Big Bang game that we played last time, where a Goron basically just threw bombs at us and we tried not to die. And I got to realizing that that game was essentially the exact same thing as what the Great Moblin tried to do with us, when we confronted him. Which makes me wonder, is it possible that that game was developed to be kind of like a testament to Link saving the Gorons from the Great Moblin? It's like, okay, you get to be in the middle, and you get to be Link and dodge all the bombs, and then the Gorons are saved. Especially considering that as Link, we had already accomplished it once against the Great Moblin, and for the Gorons, they're like, if they want to try it, they're not particularly susceptible to bombs anyway. So, what's this house doing out here? My family's been fishing this island since my grandpa's day. The island is drifting to the west, so long ago it was further east. Interesting. We will have to look into that in a moment, but first I want to keep exploring as much as we can. Oh, there's a cave in there, so I'm guessing at some point we'll be able to... Maybe we'll get in there, or we'll come out from... Come out from there, or we'll get too close to the whirlpools and get sucked in. Okay. So sometimes these bubbles are on both the surface and the sea floor. Sometimes they're just on the surface and we can swim underneath them. Ooh, now that is a library, I'm guessing. Because that is a book-shaped roof if I have ever seen one. Okay, so let's see, where was the... Oh, too far? Of course, one spot I wouldn't be able to land on. I began my life as a fisherman on this island, but now the island drifts towards the horizon. In my grandson's day, this island will be further west. Oh. So our switch hook isn't quite long enough to get there. Zora Village. So we've left the Sea of Storms area and we are heading towards Zora Village. Well, I don't think much of Zora Village. They haven't built it up very well. Let's see how it'll look in the future. Well, that didn't really accomplish much for us, did it? Now the question is, can I actually get back? Or did that stone reset? Yeah, the stone reset, so I think we're going to have to keep going this way. Could have kept that. So we're going to have to go this way and approach from the past, but we'll be able to find other places to get back to the present. So. Hello and welcome. These underwater trees kind of remind me of, in Link to the Past, how some of the trees were kind of like Octorok looking. Okay, so we can head back to the present up there if we need to. What's down here? Yeah, we're going to have to do it that way. Okay. Let's see. Okay, landing in a bubble, that's not what we want to do. Looks like this is as far as the bubbles go, so if we're on this level, I'm guessing we'll be able to make it to the present. Used to struggle with this part of the game. It can be a little bit tricky to figure out this area. Okay, let's see. So let's first see what's up here. I think this is... Okay, yeah, that's where we... initially came, I guess. Okay, now, because the islands moved out... Interesting, so the islands moved out of the way, but this thing is still here, so it's not that, like, the entire sea floor is drifting west. Just the island specifically. Welcome to Zora Village. Okay, here's Zora Village. Welcome, young mermaid. This is Zora Village. Okay, so we have made it to Zora Village. We are getting to see what the Zoras look like in the 2D Zeldas. And I just want to say this to any single Zoras out there. I am already engaged to a fish lady. as well as a tree, and apparently the Zora form that I occasionally inhabit is also has like a girlfriend or a fiance or something. So, uh, yes, not really looking for any new relationships at the moment, but we can still chat and be friends. Isn't there anyone uh, we can entrust the Zora's symbol of heroism to? The symbol, the Zora scale, is a powerful sea charm. Okay, so they're just flat out looking for someone to entrust their heroic charm to. It's your favorite Zelda game? Yeah, I really like this one. I'm hoping that eventually they'll get maybe the Oracle's games will get remakes kind of along the veins of Link's Awakening. Um, I think they could look good in that kind of art style. There's a large library east of King Zora's palace. Okay. The music down here in the village is really uh, completely different fe feeling than the standard Zelda theme above. Alright, there's King Zora's palace, and there's Jabu Jabu's shrine. Well, we know Jabu Jabu. Kind of makes me wonder, is this the same Jabu Jabu, or is there a breed of fish that grow large like Jabu Jabu, or is there... what? What's the deal with that? King Zora's palace is beyond here. Okay, well first I want to go say hi to Jabu Jabu, since it's entirely possible that I know him personally. Jabu Jabu resides beyond here. It's said to be quite a maze inside his belly. Is that something that people have experienced enough to have rumors about? Oh, wow. Hello, Jabu Jabu. Huh. It doesn't want to interact with me at all. So, Eyeglass Isle Library. Let's go say hi to King Zora first. Oh, hey. More treasure that already belongs to me. Alright, 200 rupees. That pays the bills. This was the palace of our ruler, King Zora, but long ago the king fell ill. Oh. Ever since we've continued on with no king. That which the king looked after, the key to Eyeglass Isle Library, it's been lost. Well, that is a very unfortunate turn of events. Oh no. So the Zoras have had no King Zora for many, many years. If only there were some way we could set things right again. Ow, that... And we have no way of getting into the island, into the library, because we don't have the key. It's been lost for a long time. Wouldn't even be able to get over there anyway. So, let's go back a long time and see if we can figure out some way to help with all this. Interesting, so that island drifted and this one didn't. Also, it seems like long ago not only was there a key, but there was also a keyhole that it does not exist in the present. Well, this is not what I was expecting. Please listen, young one. You may not believe this, but I am the Queen Fairy, guardian of this sea. The curse of an evil one named Veran has made me appear so... Yeah, she's been doing that a lot recently. The magic of fairy powder can turn me back to normal. Veran has poisoned the sea. Soon all living things in it will perish. Please go find some fairy powder. Okay. Well, I'm glad that even though you look like an Octorok, I did not immediately kill you to see if you would drop like a rupee or a heart or something, because it's probably better to have you alive and potentially able to fix the sea. Oh, they haven't put in the treasure chest yet. Okay. That stairway leads to the throne room. The king is ill. If you must see him, make it brief. Okay. King Zora has no successor. If his illness continues and he passes on, we Zoras will lose our last king. Well, that would be sad, but have you considered that there are other forms of government as well that you could try? Our ruler, King Zora, suddenly fell ill. We've done all that we can, but his condition does not change. I'm just saying, monarchies aren't really all they're cracked up to be. We believe we need a special medicine called a magic potion to cure King Zora's illness. Where can we find a magician to create such a potion? I think I might be able to help with that. King Zora's face looks so pained, doesn't it? He is looking a bit green. The pain, this is the end for me. To think the prosperous royal family could fade in a generation. The pain. Well, yes, we might need to look into that. King Zora's palace is beyond here. Take care not to be rude. I mean, I just kind of stared and gawked at him while he was moaning in pain, but so hopefully that won't be considered too rude. The seas are filthy. I can't swim in peace. Wow, it's a little Jabu Jabu. Going boop boop. So presumably at this point in time nobody has mapped out how maze-like his belly is, since you would need a very, very small cartographer to be able to figure that out. There's a large library east of King Zora's palace. Saw it? Don't think us noble sea Zoras the same as those savage, vulgar river Zoras. I'm trying to think. This might be the first instance, at least in game, where they differentiate between the river Zoras that shoot fireballs at Link and the ocean Zoras. I'm trying to think if the manual for Link, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask might have mentioned that as well. I don't recall. We don't get many mermaids visiting us. This is Zora Village. Okay, saying the same thing that said when I visited the present. Okay, so okay, can't go up here. I think where I need to go is we're going to need to get back to the present. And we're going to want to warp to... where was it? I think this will be the closest location. Oh, hey, here's the monkeys. Have anything to say? Um, we're going to build paradise. I'm going to be a princess. I'm hungry. When's dinner? You don't work, you don't eat. Hungry. Hungry. Red monkey's also hungry. If you believe, it will be. So, most of the monkeys are hungry. Nobody seems really interested in actually trying to prepare dinner or anything. So you might recall that have we been over to the witch's hut before? Forget it, but we've run into Maple lots of times, and she told us that her the witch she works for knows how to brew potions and whatnot. So that syrup's magic ointment works great when your hearts run out. Well, I'm hoping that it also works great when you're the last of a line of Zora kings who is on his deathbed. Although it kicks in when you run out of hearts, does that mean we're going to give it to the Zora king and then he's going to have to actually die before it takes effect? Seems a little less than ideal. But, I mean, I guess better than the alternative, but still, it's... I don't think we actually saw this tree. Like, I don't think we actually surfaced here, so good that it still registered the tree. And we're in the present. We need to... There is no Zora King now because we haven't rescued him yet. Before. I'm still of the opinion that there should be, specifically for science fiction and fantasy games, there should be a verb tense that implies an action that is future for some listeners, but in the past for other listeners. Or maybe two verb tenses. One for if I have already witnessed myself doing something, but it hasn't happened yet for the listener, and another for something I've already done something in the past, but personally I haven't actually done it yet. The pain. This is the yeah. Here, take this potion. Give him the magic potion. Absolutely. Is this magic potion? It looks very suspect, but if I am to die, it can't hurt to drink it. It's awful. But it flows through me. The royal line is saved. Who are you? Well, thank you. The filthy water that flowed in from the east lately must have made me ill. I will never forget you. What do you wish for? Huh? A big fish? Do you mean Jabu Jabu? But Jabu Jabu is the guardian of us Zoras. Calling him a fish is an insult. Watch your language. Well, I kind of need to get an essence out from inside of him. Hopefully that's not an even bigger insult. Anyhow, we'll never forget your deeds. Okay, I was kind of hoping for like a key to the palace or something. Gave King Zora his life. Well, well. It's, They are surprisingly unrewarding for for me having saved their king. Maybe I should not have insulted Jabu Jabu by calling him a fish. Let's see if maybe this is fix things in the present, and then we'll be able to It's over here. Was this... This is the way to Jabu Jabu, isn't it? Yeah. So let's head back to the present. And since the king is now saved, hopefully at some point he gets married and actually produces an heir, which causes the Zora Kings to still be in existence in the present. And then maybe they'll reward us somehow. But before that, we need to destroy a wall. What are these statues supposed to be? Every time I look at these, I think, like, this face here seems kind of like dragonish or something, and maybe these on the side are wings, but then this bit on top makes it look like it's a dragon wearing a turban or something, with a jewel in the front or something. Okay. Throne room. Watch your manners well before the king. Okay, so we do actually have a king now in the present. Welcome, traveler. This is the palace of the great King Zora. The king looked after the key to Eyeglass Isle Library far to the east. Okay, everybody keeps mentioning that. I'd kind of like to see it, maybe. The king is a very open Zora. Feel free to speak to him about anything. Oh, good. King's always there to just kind of listen to our troubles or what's going on in our day. It's nice to have a monarch like that. Our ruler, King Zora, sits in the rear. Take care not to be discourteous. Hey, glad to see that you're looking far less green than your ancestor was, and you have a red jewel on your head, whereas I think your ancestor had a blue one. Great healer. What do you ask? You wish to enter Jabu Jabu? My permission is needed to enter Jabu Jabu, but I can't permit just anyone to see our guardian. Anyhow, the filthy seawater has left Jabu Jabu near death. If you say you must, then find a way to get rid of this filthy seawater and save Jabu Jabu. Will you accept this quest? Sure. Very well, then take this. We got the library key. Oh, you think it looks like somebody with a paper in his hand? I'll have to look at that look a little closer next time we see those. I know we'll see more of those statues later. This is the key to Eyeglass Isle Library east of here. It is an ancient library, so I do not know if this key still works, but perhaps you can research why the seawater is so filthy. I trust you to save Jabu Jabu. Okay. So he called me Great Healer. Does that mean this is the same King Zora that he recognizes me? Or is it... Is there some reason for him to think that I'm the same guy that helped his ancestor? Okay, so we know there's no keyhole in the present, but if we go back to the past... Okay, that was surprisingly easy. Oh, I probably could have just knocked and one of these guys would have let me in. Those who have seen a strange beast on the isle to the west say the beast is always there, never attacks, and just stares as if asking for help. Some even claim it speaks. It's nonsense. Okay, I guess I won't tell you about the beast that's always there and looking and never attacks and just stares and even speaks. Um, the Fairy Queen used to live on the island west of here, but she vanished recently. Surely the Fairy Queen could do something for these seas. This is the Eyeglass Isle Library. Fairy powder is said to be stored in back, but I've yet to see it. Okay, well, I happen to be looking for fairy powder, so that's good. Fairy powder is locked away in back, but without another book of seals, no one can reach the powder. By the way, what is fairy powder? I don't know, you were telling me about it. Okay, so we need to get a book. And there's a guy back there who, I'm guessing that's a bottle of fairy powder. Do you guys out here not know this guy? Like, how long has he just been sitting back here? And you guys never thought to even, like, come back and talk to him or anything? Wow, that is very sad. Then again, we regularly run into old men who are just like holed up in a cave with uh, solid rock doorways or trees growing that we had to burn down. So maybe it's just safe to say that old men in Zelda games are just really bizarre. Okay, so now it's... Hey, we unlocked it in the past and I guess allowed people who aren't really old men to get in eventually. I am studying the cause of the filthy seawater. It seems to have suddenly become polluted hundreds of years ago, but I have learned nothing more. Welcome, this is Eyeglass Isle Library. Long ago, fairy powder was kept in this very library. However, at some point in the past, someone took it away, and now none remains. Yeah, that's gonna be me. Sorry if you wanted it. There used to be something in back for sealing things away, but now there's just one crinkled old book. Huh, I happen to be looking for a crinkled old book. Have you heard of fairy powder? Fairy tales say it turned a cursed queen back to her original shape. They say that fairy powder was kept in back long ago. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sure is romantic. People seem to have lots of helpful information that just happens to help the quest that I'm specifically working on. Huh, I can already read. The Fairy Queen Who Keeps the Sea Clean. That's my favorite story. Oh wow, they lit up the place quite a bit more since we saw it hundreds of years ago in the past. Are you the same guy who was trapped here in the past, or are you like his descendant, or what? This is the Book of Seals. It was once part of a set, but now only this one remains. How they were used is an eternal puzzle. Can I have it? You say you can solve the riddle of this book? Ho ho, this should be interesting. I give to you the Book of Seals. So you just give it to the first person who comes along saying that they want it. Okay. Did you solve the riddle? You gave it to me because it's going to be interesting and you're not even going to, like, watch to see me solve the riddle or anything? Okay, that's a, I know we were saying the old men locked away places were crazy, but that guy might be the craziest of the bunch. It's a podium for holding a book. We will place the Book of Seals there. Right for up to over 2. Up to over 2. Up to left, up to right, up. Up, left. Okay, over 2, up 1, over 3. Down, left 3, up, right, or left 3. Down 1, right 1, down 2, left 2, down 3. right 1, down 1, right 2, up 1. Okay, so 1, 1, 2. That. You have done well to make it so far. I acknowledge your courage and offer you this. Okay, we got fairy powder. It removes curses. Continue on without fear. Do not forget your courage. Oh, okay. See, one of the things is if we went off the path like that, we'd fall into pits. Maybe these books wouldn't have gotten lost over the ages if they, collected them and kept them somewhere a little bit safer. Also, the huge open braziers all over the place in a library is, well, let's not forget Alexandria. But okay, so yes, we brought you fairy powder. Now you can return to normal. Please don't turn into one of the great fairies from the last 2 games. Okay, good. Legitimately nervous there for a moment because we, of course, did see the fairies earlier who were uh, looked a lot like the fragments of great fairies from Majora's Mask. Thank you, young one. Now I can cleanse the seas of evil. Okay, we are getting rid of all the soap bubbles. Nightmare fuel would be a good description of those great fairies, only because I can't think of a stronger term. All right. Um, okay, now she's just a normal fairy fountain fairy. Okay. Just gonna see if she had anything more to say. I mean, just did a huge service to the Zoras and everyone else in these seas, and just not a word more. So okay. I was gonna check the map here. Yep, in the past we still have a section of the map that we haven't seen over there, but that will doubtless come later. What is north of here now? That is odd that there's these two little patches of shallower water that can't seem to get to and can't do anything. Interesting. So can swim far more freely now without having to worry about the poison. Okay, this is our past Zora. Also, his shirt, robes, what have you, they're like a golden color instead of red. I think they were in the present. You have even given us clean seas again. I must thank you once more. What? You wish to enter Jabu Jabu? I wish I could tell you to do as you please, but Jabu Jabu is still young. He's too small to go inside him. You'd better give up. Well, I mean, or I could just wait a few hundred years, and then he'll be large enough to go inside, presumably. I'm assuming that they know this, since... Well, again, I guess it depends on how singular Jabu Jabu is and how much they know about him. Do they know that he's going to get large enough to go around inside eventually? Okay, what does the king say in the present? Thanks to you, our seawater is clean again, and Jabu Jabu's health has returned. Again, this somehow he knows that I've done this, despite the fact that we accomplished it long ago in the past. Which technically means that he should never have seen poisoned seawater, unless he was the same king as long ago. So he must be basing this on either he's the same King Zora and they live for hundreds of years, or he somehow recognizes us as being the hero from a long time ago. I never go back on my word. I dub you Zora Hero and permit you to enter Jabu Jabu. You may go see Jabu Jabu. Okay. Okay, I know our purpose was to enter Jabu Jabu, but the fact that he just opened his mouth upon our approach without us saying anything or doing anything is he helping the Zora King reward us, or is he just hungry? Okay, that's level 7, Jabu Jabu's belly. We don't actually have to worry about holes here when we can just swim over them. That's good. Okay, can't reach that. I wonder, can we make blocks underwater? We cannot. Oh, here we go. We can... No, because if I do that, I'll be trapped in there and I'll have to put it back in there to get out, so... That's not going to work. Okay, a dungeon map. What does this one look like? Well, so we have that thing. And we have that thing. And then we got this thing. The only thing I can think of is, like, maybe this is Jabu Jabu's head. And then this is his belly area with, like, little tiny fins on the side. And then that's his tail. I'm not really sure what to make of this map. Also, I think this might be the first map we've seen in the game that we have 3 levels. Okay. So what happens if I move these onto here? Onto these things. That did absolutely nothing. So that's probably telling you where to stand to use your switch hook across the other side if you need to. Okay, can't do that. Could dive down. Okay, like, go away. The Golden Isle is on the water. Yeah, probably makes for a nice vacation place then. Actually, I think what they're referring to is this particular Golden Isle, which is essentially floating on the water. Okay, so if we go down there, we can't get back up, at least this way. Oh, couldn't get close enough to the wall there. So, of course, if the Golden Isle is floating on the water, then that might suggest that the water level can move. And, of course, that immediately makes me think of the water dungeon in Ocarina of Time. Okay, so that's that. Actually, there was a stairway down here, wasn't there? So let's try going that way. We're on the first floor now, so this has got to be a secret passage since it goes down. There's some... we might not be able to get over there. Is our switch hook going to be long enough? It will not be. Okay, so this is... We'll have to come back here later. We've encountered several things so far, even just today, and I think a couple times in previous streams where our switch hook wasn't long enough. Of course, that and the fact that it says... How do you guys always have the timing to do that just as I'm swinging my sword? The fact that our switch hook also says L1 on it, level 1, you probably already guessed that we will be getting a longer switch hook. I believe in this very dungeon. It's like I think we'd need a longer switch hook to be able to grab that thing. Can't go up that way. That did not help. Okay, I was a little nervous around the like there because the swimming controls are not... with Mermaid Link, you can move fast, but it's not necessarily very precise. And I was a little nervous that I'd be drifting right into the like. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Oh, and we're back at the beginning. There's a key here. How do we get a key? Maybe each one of these things wants a block by it? Do that. There we go. Good. Okay. This, I'm pretty sure we're going to need the long hook to get. So we'll ignore that for now. Back up in this room. That was, I think, the room that we couldn't... Yep. Can't go further that way. And we can't go further that way. Okay, so I think we need to go up a floor if we want to continue exploring for now. What was this chest over here? Have we been able to get to that room? Oh yeah, we need to... I think this room is going to need to be flooded for us to do that. Then I'm not sure our switch hooks... Whoop, not there. Stop jumping off, Link. Oh, I know where we can go next. Can't go that way, but if we go up here, this water we can go underneath. And yeah, we haven't been over here yet. Okay, yep, that one was my fault. We've been to all of these rooms. Is there something we missed here? Go away. Yep, this... we have a key now, so we can do that. There we go. Wait a sec. We have our power ring level 2 and our level 2 sword, and that still doesn't kill Moldorm in one hit. There we go. Don't come back here, please. Thank you. The internal flow floods with blue and recedes with red. Okay, so this is our control room. And right now we can only access red. We heard water going out. And so I think that's going to help us. We can go down here. And yep, this is the room that had the golden pillar in it, or the golden island. And you can see now there's no water over here, and the island has fallen because the water level's gone down, and now the island is down here. So, and we can use that to get across. Alright, good, we got a ring. I mean, now that we have that, Veran might as well just give up right now. Okay, good. Where does this go? Is this just a dead end to let us see more of the path? Looks that way. At least at this point in time. Guess we could jump down there. let's see what's... We could jump down there, or we could see what's up the stairs. Link, don't jump over them again. Okay, not gonna be able to get through there without swimming. I do find it odd that we're supposed to be within Jabu Jabu's belly, and I mean the walls look all like fleshy and bellyish enough, but as with Ocarina of Time, I don't really understand how how all these innards work and everything. And as with Ocarina of Time, I think we'll just leave that as a question that remains unanswered, so as not to have to think about it too much. So we can go up or down. Let's go down. There's a chest here. Oh, are we right above the, No, this isn't the... If it is the... If there is a gold island here, it's not the same gold island. But... I have to say, I think probably the toughest part of designing these games would have to be, in my mind at least, the locked doors and making sure that like however many locked doors a person has access to, they can use a key on any of them and still be able to beat the dungeon. Like, so what you don't want to have happen is a person has one key and access to 3 locked doors, and they open one of them, and then that one doesn't give them another key at all, so they just have to reset the entire game. Heard water coming in. That's good. Didn't come in up here. It didn't come in up here. Yep, there's another one of the... This is the one that's going to rise up and let us access that chest. Oh, and if we had come over here before, when when the water level was lower, the island would be right there, and we wouldn't be able to get this chest. Or this staircase. Oh, sideways mini-boss. Interesting. These are dropping scent seeds. Is that a hint? Oh, need to get my... I mean, maybe it's wanting me to shoot at him instead of slash my sword at him, but that still seems like it would be kind of hard to hit his little bubble. That's the only part of him that seems vulnerable. Not to mention the fact that... Oh, okay, there we go. My sword is, unless it's a purely just hit him this many times thing, my sword is going to be doing more damage than a seed shooter would. Oh, and we're going to need a key to get through there. Let's see. I can, however, get back this way. Okay, so there's where our mini-boss room takes us. Our mini-boss warp. Ah, now we can get this way. Okay, so now we have a key. We can go that other way. I do find it a little odd that we have this little underground or underwater path, and then it's when we get above ground or onto like dry land that we fought a fish mini-boss. Alright, now we have the long switch. Switch places with objects from a distance. So now we can hit things from farther away, which should help us out with a couple of the puzzles here. If I can remember where they are. That will allow us to open up this door underwater, I believe, because we can't place the blocks underwater, but we can do that. Does that open this door up? No, it does not. So like this room, we can go here. Let's see. Is this something we can do while we're underwater, though? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this when it's on dry land, so that we can use our staff thing. Have I not gone right from here? Is this blocked off? Oh yeah. That's right, it was up here that we needed this to be able to get up. Okay, so there's our boss's room. Yeah, okay, it's this room. This floor, I think, is pretty much done, except for that one chest, which I think we need to flood it to be able to get to that. And how are we even going to get up to the boss's room? Okay, somehow we'll have to... I see. Once this area is flooded, I think we'll be able to get over there. Okay, exactly what I didn't want to do. Good job, Link. Also, considering the walls of Jabu Jabu's belly are all like pulsating and you know, being all like living stuff. It's interesting that the floor actually seems to be just rather tiled. Like it's not moving at all. And it's okay, here we go. Okay, can't get that way yet. Um, hmm. Is there something over there that we can hook onto? No. If we go... Okay, we need to go that other way to be able to get to the... other blue switch. So this blue switch, it's not that the blue switches just keep on raising the water level, it's like this one raises it to the mid-level. I think we're going to have to get to the other one to raise it up all the way. Nope. Oh, that's right. Let's go drain the water because there's that one room that we need to have the water drained in order to be able to get what I believe is probably a key. And then once we do that, we'll be able to advance further in that room up there. Now, how did we get up to where we drain the water? Oh, there's also this way. Whoa. Okay, how to take care of this? Okay, long shot works. Okay, well that gave us a key. So if I can find my way back to that other spot, then we'll be able to Maybe advance a little bit further. I think if I get through that door, that'll let us raise the water level up even more. Um, although I'm still going to eventually have to lower the water level, I think. Oh, if I do it this way. Through here, up this way. Wasn't it? That's right, because I think the next room is going to be a stairwell. And this room. And up. There we go. And then this should let us actually raise the water level even more. Heard water coming in. Good. Oh, and we're going to need to get at least a couple more keys, because we're going to need one there. That's not a key because the tone didn't play when we entered the room, so we'll need a second key there. Third key. Okay. And then that's probably the boss's key. So let's see what this changes. So we know that key up to the upper left we can't get to yet. We need a key to get there. The upper right, we're going to need 3 keys to get there. But I think we'll probably be able to get to this chest down here. Which is a key. Alright. And then there was the... Oh, can't use my B button while I'm a mermaid. I have to use my A button. There was the room that we needed here, that we needed this floor to be flooded in order to access. So that's probably going to be a key. And then we'll just need to drain the water and get the... Oh, here we go. This is how we get up to the boss's lair. Does powder work underwater? Oh, powder does not work underwater, sadly. Which I guess makes sense. Trying to use mystery powder underwater would just result in making like mystery hot chocolate or something. Mystery Kool-Aid. Okay, need to go up a floor, or up a room, and then over a room. Those things can still shoot fireballs at me underwater, I notice. Okay. Okay. So now I need to try to remember how to get to where we lower the water. I don't think it was that way. Yeah, 'cause it's just that one area. Cannot go that way, because I can't push blocks while I'm in this form. He can't go that way. That was the... Oh sure, taunt me that I still can't get you. There's this room. Let's see, how did we get up there? It wasn't that way. So that doesn't help us much here. Determined we can't go that way. So if this room, not helpful. This room, pretty sure not helpful. I can go down, but can't really do anything from there. Can't go up from this room. Unless maybe I can return to the room with the middle switch. Maybe that'll reduce the water one level, and then we will be able to access some of these other rooms again. Maybe that's how we do it. Goes this way, right? Just went this way. I like how Mermaid Link still does a little hop off of the ledges like that. Okay, so then instead of going that way, oh, go this way. And that does nothing. That did not help us in the least. Okay, so that's not the solution. Okay, so it's got to be the room that's right underneath us was the way up, which means it's that room that we can't seem to get into because we need to push blocks. Well, since we're here, I might as well open up the first two doors. That is not a key, so that's not going to be able to help us. But... oh. It's a Gasha seed. Now everything comes together perfectly. This is... wait a second, can we do this? Ah, there we go. So the way it's set up, we couldn't push this up to get to this switch, but we can push this down to get to this switch. Okay. And I'm assuming that that went all the way out. So interesting, this section of the floor is gold, even though we're on the top floor. So does Jabu Jabu have like a hole in his head or something that where we could conceivably swim up out of this? If so, that might help to explain why, if this is as I interpreted Jabu Jabu's tail, it's sideways instead of vertical, because apparently Jabu Jabu is not a fish but a whale. Okay, so where am I going? I want to go down a level. This room. Okay, now we should be able to get the last key. So we can do that, we can do that. Okay, so now we just need to find our way back to the top. Was there? Okay, no, that's right. That was the area we went to after we beat the mini boss. switch hook, or long hook. Link, why don't you just do what I want you to do instead of what I tell you to do? Okay, wanted to take a moment to make sure the Bubbles curse wore off so I could use my sword again. It's nothing more irritating than needing to use your sword and not being able to because your little curse timer hasn't run out. Okay, so now we just need to I'm not sure if we needed to have it flooded to the top or if we needed to have it just flooded up one level. Or did we not need it not flooded at all because we needed to have the floating island there? So I'm going to try this way. And then I can always, I remember the way back now, so it shouldn't be too hard to get there if we need to redo this. Or if we need to adjust levels or anything. Okay, so we're going to need to up one level because we're going to need to be able to like dive down here and go over there and come up there, I think. Unless that's where like a golden island rises. But I think the golden islands were usually blocked off. So like you couldn't actually get to them without it being without using the hook shot, or switch hook, long hook. So okay. I mean, I think it would have worked if we raised the water all the way to the top as well, but I kind of want to hear what the owl statue has to say, which we established didn't work underwater, so. Yeah, whale, Jabu Jabu being a whale might make sense. And I guess it would depend on, like, cause I think they've called him a fish before, but then of course you have to question, like, are we using fish in the sense of, like, modern scientific classification? Or, you know, there is a... Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess it does have to go all the way to the top. So how do we talk to that statue? Or whether, like, we mean a fish in the sense of, you know, like any large or any, like, sea creature kind of thing. And some people that might sound odd, like, well, of course a fish is a fish if you're calling it something else wrong. But, I mean, again, that's because we're using modern English with a modern classification system. Um, you know, maybe the Zoras, it's like, well, we don't have any reason to distinguish between, you know, fish in the scientific sense and aquatic mammals. Maybe to them it's all the same, and so they just didn't develop different terms for them. What we'll have to do is once we're done here, we'll go back to the past and look at young Jabu Jabu and see if we can see his tail, and whether it's a fish tail or a like whale dolphin type tail. Link Barjona. Yeah, it's um, this is although Jonah spent 3 days inside of uh, Great Fish once. This is already Link's second time inside of some kind of large sea creature. He's kind of making a habit of it. I'm trying to think. I honestly don't recall if Link goes inside of any more sea creatures in later Zeldas, but wait, no, this is where I want to be. Hmm. I wonder. Can I shoot a mystery seed at him? There we go. Color reflects weakness. Okay. Hmm. I think until I figure out, it's been a while since I've last played this game, so I don't remember what boss is coming. Don't remember how to beat him. Maybe I will once I see him, but until then, I'm going to take this off so that, because I don't know if our sword will be that useful, and that way if we take damage while I'm figuring stuff out, I'm not going to just like, drain all my hearts uselessly, so. What was our other ring? Toss ring. Well, we're underwater, so I don't think that's going to help us at the moment. Okay, oh, I think I see. Maybe I don't. Okay, wow, this... There, okay, that's what we need to do. Okay, so what we need to do is, I need to get this guy to launch a ball at me, then come in its path, and then I change his color to the opposite of the ball's color, so that the other color ball hits him. And then, it's really not working out too well, so I'm probably going to end up dying. And it doesn't help when he just decides to get electric, ow. Like, as soon as he moves. So I can't even, do not have much time to... Come on, I changed your color. That should have hit you. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a interesting fight. And I think I was definitely right to take off the ring because I don't think our sword actually does damage to him. It just changes his color. Alright, and it's looking like this will probably be the last thing we do tonight is beat this boss and then maybe, you know, quickly check out young Jabu Jabu to see if we can figure out what kind of creature he is. Okay, so let's come up. No, shoot a fireball. Okay, let's come over here. In there. Good. Oh! Okay, I forgot I need to repeatedly tap, not just, Fireball's, home in on me a little bit, but not very much, I guess. Look, dude, I can't really beat you if you're gonna be, like, so close that the fireball's past me before you get to where I am. This is one of the least courteous bosses I think we've had in a long time. Look at that, gets to his spot and just immediately fires a fireball. No timing, nothing. Okay. Waits till his fireball passes me to actually come to where I am. What? How? Okay, if I'm too close, then he just spawns his fireballs directly on top of me. Or just lands... Wow, this is... Oh! Silly me. I should probably... I'm probably supposed to hookshot him, aren't I? That would be way easier than what I've been doing. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this. Alright, so... you... There we go. Okay. Took me way longer than it should have to figure that fight out, but we did eventually do it, so let's see what essence of nature we're getting here. Okay, we got the Rolling Sea, an essence of time. The mystical song of the sea roars into a crashing wave that sweeps heroes out into adventure. Okay, that's kind of a nice mythic view of the sea and heroes and stuff. I like that one. Hehehe, since you seem so relaxed, I've come with news. The Black Tower has already reached the heavens. Oh ho ho ho. Oh no. Okay, I know it's supposed to be menacing, but all I can think about is just how nice that would look as a chess rook. I'm not sure what the rest of the chess set would look like, but maybe without those weird gargoyle faces there. Ah ha 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 ha! The Black Tower is finally complete. Powers of darkness, come to me! Ah, the powers of darkness flow through me. The powers swell. Ha, even without the powers of young Nayru, I can stop time. Now true darkness comes. The sorrow of people shall be delivered to me, lighting my flame of sorrow. Ha ha ha. shows no concern for the guy who's been strangely just sitting there watching them the whole time. But maybe he can be forgiven for that. Some of the bunnies seem to have escaped, others turned to stone. That's not good. So none can stop Veran now. You can only wait for the flame of sorrow to light. What of you? All humanity can feel the sorrow. Aha. Well, all humanity or like a couple people playing ball and then some animals, because that's what you've affected so far. Saving Nayru isn't enough. Veran's deeds have changed the world. I cannot hear the last essence at all, but it must be somewhere in Labrina. I'm relying on you. Okay. You have done so much for us. Our seas are clean and all is well. I offer you our symbol of heroism, the Zora scale. Okay. We'll have to see what that does for us. But for now, um, we are going to just quickly check out young Jabu Jabu. Was this... Okay, no, these were the statues, not the, not something needed the long shot. So... maybe I could see someone holding a piece of paper? But, yeah, not too sure about what those are supposed to be. But let's... Oh, that was close with the graphics messing up there. I thought only half of Link was going to travel to the past. That would have been a messy result. Yeah, see, look. His tail is clearly a sideways tail, not a vertical fish's tail. So, Jabu Jabu... Jabu Jabu is a... must be like some kind of a whale or something of that sort, like a aquatic mammal. Which means that that yellow spot that we saw up at the top very well might have been, like, under the blowhole or something, where if it ever got flooded, we would be able to just swim out. Okay. Well, young Jabu Jabu, we have not been inside you yet, technically, because that doesn't happen for a couple hundred years, but thanks for your help anyway. And thank you for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed our... we got Nayru rescued. We saw Veran's almost there with her tower, and we're about to get our last essence and do the final face-off, which could potentially happen as early as next week. So, see you all next time, and have a good one.